afternoon. I'm Monisa Klein here at the GBTA broadcast studio, and joining me today is Cassie Peppenhorst, Director of National Sales and Corporate Partnerships at Drury Hotels. Cassie, welcome.
Well, thank you, Monisa. Thanks for having me here.
It's great to have you. Thanks for taking a few minutes and joining us in the studio. And we were just chatting, and congratulations on 20 years with Drury.
20 years, yes.
Oh my
thank
gosh.
You. And so
you
happy to be back here
when you were 10.
So I appreciate that.
Well, that's quite a feat. So congratulations.
Thank you.
So hopefully it's been a good show and conference for you guys.
Being on the GBTA floor is always great. So
it is.
Hard to beat San Diego and Dallas, but now Atlanta. So
yes.
It's been a great couple of years.
There's a lot of buzz, right?
There's
a lot of nice energy,
here
at the convention.
Definitely.
So with more than 150 hotels across 26 states and expanding, Drury is an established name amongst business and leisure travelers alike. Can you share insight on your unique place in the industry? And what are the differentiators that help the brand?
Sure. Well, as you mentioned, I've been with Drury for 20 years, and so I've been able to be proud and watch the company build a number of hotels, like you said, 150 across 26 states. But if I go back to 1973, over 50 years ago, Drury Hotels made a promise, and that's really been the foundation of our success. And that promise was to provide clean rooms, friendly service, a good night's rest at a fair and honest price. And that promise is really the foundation of who we are.
That's
outside of we also our signature amenities. Those are hard to beat. Our free hot breakfast with an extensive buffet of offerings. Our 5:30 kickback, which is kind of where we tell our guests to come and kick back with us. Dinner for some, snacks for others. Free cocktails, limited of course, beverages, popcorn, and free Wi-Fi for all of our guests. And that's what really stands us apart.
Wow. So I came from the airline industry, and we used to have a saying calling it clean, safe, and reliable, right? And that sounds like that's exactly what you guys do. So excellent. So your hotel specializes in hosting small to mid-sized meetings. And by the way, meeting and events has been a hot topic over the last 2 days with people that I've been talking to. Can you share some insight on how the company sees group travel shift in recent years? What are you seeing in that space?
I mean, I think we've definitely have seen trends change over the past couple of years, or I should say return, right, back to some normalcy. Leisure travel staying strong, business travel back in motion, as we can see here on the floor. But really that small to mid-sized meeting segment, we've seen return and be at the forefront of what's coming into the hotels. There's been some studies that show, over 50% of the meetings that were hosted in 2023 were around that 100 person attendees. And that's really a good space for our size of hotels. The size of our meeting space. And so we've really been able to listen to our customers and understand what they need, which is they want value, and they want flexibility, and they want dependability. And so we've been able to cater our amenities and our initiatives towards that.
I love that. I love listening to the voice of the customer.
Absolutely.
That's so important. Really, really important. So I understand Drury Hotels recently launched Meetings and More, offering more value and flexibility for group bookings. Can you explain what sets this program apart from traditional meeting incentives? What's different about it?
Yeah, well, I'll probably start, not really an incentive, not really a promotion. We call it Meetings with More program. So it's really going to be the program that Drury Hotels is ready to serve and stand behind for years to come. And why settle for less when you can meet with more? And when I think of Meetings with More, I think of 3 pillars. I think of our dependability, value, and flexibility. And so dependability goes back to everything that I just mentioned earlier, being family owned and operated, consistent service that we can offer our meeting planners and their attendees. When I think of value, our meeting attendees will receive free Wi-Fi in the meeting space for anyone that is there. And we also, we don't charge any food and beverage minimums, which is, I think, an industry standard. And so we're kind of standing alone over here, which allows our meeting planners to be creative with their catering options. And then flexibility. We know plans change, right? We've seen that, and things are out of our control, out of those meeting planners' control. And so that flexibility will allow them to rebook at any of our hotels for a future event with minimum restrictions. And so that's really what the Meetings with More program is all about.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, Cassie, it sounds like there's some exciting things happening at Drury, and congratulations on 20 years.
I
That's
appreciate
quite
that.
the accomplishment.
I
and
appreciate that.
Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today in the
Thanks
studio.
for having me. Appreciate you.
Monisa Klein here at the GBTA Broadcast Studio.